All right, happy Tuesday. Not a happy Tuesday for me, a very sad Tuesday. I got about 10 minutes, so let's just try to, just get this video out. And, I just finished a funeral of a very close loved one. So, that I feel like is not worth mentioning. However, for the sake of this video, I want you guys to just, just live in my shoes, okay? Live in my shoes, try to understand how I'm feeling, what I'm feeling, the pressure. For everybody in my personal family is going through really crucial life-changing events. Um, and I was in Mexico and I got the news Saturday morning of actually it was more like Saturday afternoon. I got news of my so and so loved one passed away. And Saturday night, first thing I came on a flight. I did not sleep Monday till Monday afternoon, which was just a little after trading. So I tried to go to a gym after trading because then I blew $1,200 or $1,300, something like that. I went to the gym and my brain just told me straight up. It felt like it was just I was brain dead. Like my brain just told me like I can't move, I can't do anything. I felt very much in that mental. Today though was a huge mess as well following yesterday's incident. We lost the count, guys. Lost the account 29 days on the account. We started off with $212, and now, well, I should say just before I record this video, it was I burnt it down to $146. And here's proof. We'll talk about that in the meantime, but here's proof of my broker. Um, Says over here 900. Again, you might have to zoom in or something like that. If I zoom in, I feel like I'm gonna make a technical error. So respect me on that. And then it says available margin $146, right? So, um, look, I'm just gonna rerun it. I'm gonna rerun it. I want to talk about today. I'm not at all gonna talk about the trade setup just because I feel like this is a good video to talk about just personally my trading. And what I want to do tomorrow. Regardless of the horrible, sad news, it does not cut slack for nobody. I know better. I'm basically just few months shy of hitting 26 years old. I'm not a baby. I'm not immature. I'm not a premature. Sorry to offend anybody if I do. That's solely not my intention. But my point across is that I'm very capable of making these decisions, and I made decisions, and it did not go my way, and that's very much worth just facing it with your chin and your chest up. Um, I First of all, I had no time today, and secondly, I actually think making videos late at night, basically 12 hours after New York opening for me, gives me a lot of time to just soak and marinate some thoughts, and just see how it resonates with me. And honestly, I feel like recording videos right now and just kind of having these talks is actually a really good mental. I think for my mental. Also, I guess the funeral was kind of this type of closure I needed. It's never just a funeral. It's about the fact that you lost a loved one. It's like you see everybody that you love, and we take life so just for granted. Um, and I feel like everything in life happens for a reason. Now, you get cheated on, it happens for a reason. Typically, it's for like to start the self improvement journey, right? Now, for me, in this case, I blew this account. I was getting cocky. I feel like I needed to be humbled one way or the other. Basically, this account, I was very emotional. I have to say it. I did not start this account emotionally. I started this account doing extremely well all the way until we basically got it to 2000, because at one point, $1,600 was basically my last time I ran up a small account flip. But this time I quit my job. I quit my job in February, retired. At least I want to think. I want to ask myself if I can pass a small account, and yeah, I can definitely retire because I have the skill. I know for a long time that since I have been doing this for a long time, and still there's people. A lot of people think you can flip a a small account. You can trade like a king once you have all this experience, and once you figure it out, like in anything in life and in trading, you can most likely do it. Like a lot of people say, once you get the first payout, bro, you can do it forever and ever, rinse and repeat. Far from reality, far from the truth. If you don't understand that, go to a real cash live account. You're gonna flop it on either day two or day three, let alone a week. Okay, and I've had 11 trading days all in the green. And like then again, if we just go over here, what that was this is kind of up 2, 5, 2. So 4 plus 5, what is that? 9. So I have so many trading days in the green because I wasn't emotionally attached to this account. Now I feel like once I got it to $1,600, $2,000, I was like, yo, I'm actually making life changing money at this point. That's crazy. And I kept telling people in my Discord that like I'm actually getting emotionally invested in this account because this is where this is where things get fun. But trading, in like everybody says, it's not supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be very personal. It's supposed to feel very much like a business. It's supposed to be very much of a thing. It's like a gym workout. You don't enjoy it, you just know it's the right thing to do. And it's like a switch, like a for a light, whether it's on or whether it's off, and whether you can stay intact with your emotions. Is that flip switched up, or is it switched down? And it should be always switched down, because that's when you can stack. That's when you're at your best. You're truly at humans, and animals are just at their weakest when they feel emotions. So with that being said, yes, I can trade one lot on this account, but honestly, just gonna put it right here. This account for me, it's just done. It's just done. I'm just done with this account. What I'm gonna do, kind of hurts me to say this. It kind of hurts me to even do this. What we're gonna do is basically do exactly as what we did over here. And I'm gonna do it live. I actually should have done it earlier, but we're gonna do it live over here. So Tuesday and August. I know this probably hurts you guys as much as it hurts for me to do this as well. And again, we're not gonna talk about the trades. This is just my yapping session, and for as long as I can. This is where I'm going to start afresh, and this is where I'm going to start probably the last conflict for a minute, because I am extremely drained. And sometimes when you're extremely drained is when you're actually the best prepared for trading objectives like this. So if we go here, I just said that account after 29 trading days, I blew it. It was not a epic loss. It was, I mean, the way it burned was just crazy. 2 trading days really just fucked it up. I'm gonna just say this. I deposit I want to show you guys. I want you guys to see everything, right? Obviously, I showed you the picture. I get daily broker confirmations of my trades, and monthly as well, for P&Ls and everything. So you guys can see everything instead of saying, "Oh, you don't show shit." Well, I don't think I should show you shit, because I show you all my trade setups. If you have not much of a brain to comprehend what I took, and when I show you these screenshots, yes, it's a deposit. But when I show you screenshots of my P&L, I mean, and then I do a trade recap, like, what about that does not stick out to you as legit? Like, I showed you how I did that, and you're over here like, is that real or is that fake? You're not meant for this. I'm sorry, but if that's the biggest, and if that's really just a question on your mindset, you're not designed for this. Now, there's a million things to really intrigue and bother your mental about in this field, in this career, in this industry. But I'm just gonna say it. I had 321 plus existing funds. So okay, I actually didn't know this is what it was updated to. We're starting tomorrow. We're starting day one of a new account with $467. That's actually really painful to see. 467. What was it? 467 and some change. 57. That is really painful to see, guys. That is really painful to see. So, whatever dot. Should just be one dot. So, what does this mean? It means tomorrow, day one of this new account. Look, let's just look over here. So, what day did I get it over 460? Basically, after my 5th day trading. So, if we just look over here, I should be easily able to make $50. I should be able to make $60. I should be able to make $70 tomorrow. However, my goal is I have to play back to defense. I'm happy that this account is currently halfway to 1,000. That's a good starting point. I don't have the mental ability nor capacity of starting at that low again. I know some people are doing it, and shout out to those people. A lot of people also kind of following my footsteps. They quit their jobs and now they're trying to trade a real life cash account with $80, $100, and they're making like this guy. He made $10.12 profit on the day. With yesterday was the first day of the account. He took a loss, brought it down. It was like a $30 or $50 loss. Today he made profit $10. Shout out to him, because I failed on that mental part, if we're being brutally honest, to compare the fact that I took this massive loss, and I was supposed to be content with my first trade with $65, and I didn't. I was even up almost $200. I think it was like 135 or 150, to be brutally honest. I don't remember anything above that, and I spiraled. There's just so many things, but at the same time, I'm kind of shocked, but at the same time, it's hard to feel bad for somebody who just kind of knew he had it coming. And when you take one, like my journeys all have one thing in similarities, is that one trade was not deserved. One trade was just kind of stupid. The next trade, he got lucky. The next day, it was okay. The other day, okay, that was a really good trade, but the other day, you just took a shit ton of trades. So, I've had a shit show of a week. Um, Last week was a shit show. This week is even more of a shit show, but it's just you can't run away from something that's not preventable. You have to exactly understand when to hold the gears, hold the brakes, or when you can hit the gas. So you have to just read the tides. You have to read the situation. You have to read, obviously in this case, the charts. And I failed. Now I know we said we didn't, and we're not gonna talk about the charts, but we're here. It's just fucking get it over with. Um, I'm just so agitated. And I know you could hear it off of my voice. It's like I don't even know what and where to blame myself, if I'm being brutally honest. Whether it's the funeral, whether I'm just depressed, because there's a lot of emotions in that. Um, there's a lot of emotions. And even more things said at the funeral. Was one of the speeches was aimed towards me. It's like, oh my god, like let me grieve. So I was his favorite. I was his favorite, and I neglected him. So it's like it's like the pressure really just came down to me last few seconds, and I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to snap out of that, and it's like, no, dude. So look, we came up, came down, came up, came down. I saw that we were coming up, and I wanted to retest this, and I wanted to hold support over here. I wanted to pop, but I really was scared that we could hold basically this little area. Looking back, it did it, and then I took a buy because she was holding over here. I took a buy over here. She dropped, massive loss. Took a buy over here in the blue line, holding in profit. Not enough to move to stop loss. Just broke it. Came down here. I know a lot of people took buys over here. They got fucked up too. I don't really look at people and say I did things better. I mean, I know we all do. We all have our moments. I'm not innocent in that case. I shouldn't say I never do. Um, I look at other traders and I always want to see what was a better, what was more of a meaty move, who did what better, because there's always things to take from other people. It doesn't matter whether you've been trading for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You can still lack and you will always have to, find yourself learning something brand new in your trading career. That's just the name of the game. Even as an entrepreneur in whatever sense, you can always do better, but you have to be open minded. Looking at people trading today, I I think I started off like yesterday. I started off well, but everything after that was stupid. There's just no two ways to say it. So it kind of made me come today. I did stare at this my MetaTrader, on the app, my losses and um just this screenshot. I stared at actually it was an email, but I took a screenshot of it. I stared at it a lot, and I'm just like, and then I took a look at my journal, and it's just it's one of those things. You did so fucking well, RZ, and you just had to blow it up at the last dang second that you had a gut feeling you shouldn't have traded when you haven't slept. And above all, at the same time, I'm asking myself, a little guilt was building up in me because I was scared I was not hitting the brakes, or I was not hitting the gas. I kept holding the brakes. I kept holding my handbrake, and the car was eventually slowing down speed and not really moving. Uh, and that guilt just appeared to hit me on the worst day, the worst timing. Um, and I think I have to, first of all, not make peace with that, but make peace with the outcome. And then it kind of brings up this question like, you got what you wanted. Are you content? And it's like, I needed, that guilt was really chewing me up, guys. Like, a lot of people were accusing me of stat padding. No. I took a bigger trade, and what happened? I took still a lot size that's bigger than my average trades, and what happened? So that's rough. That's rough. Honestly, I would have a killer week if I can even make $100 in profit, make anything more than $200 profit for this week. For the remainder of this week, I have only Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even then we have news, so that's just great. Friday we have the new chairman speaking, and actually we could just show it right over here. Oh god, it's a shit show from every aspect. Thursday we had this, we have that. Friday we got oh my god, we got a shit show. So yeah, that's just gonna sum up this video. I blew my account. When it got below $212, I felt like I died. It felt like that count straight up just died. Feels like I just had to admit it compared to just beating up a wounded dog at that point. Um, Tomorrow is gonna be day one of that count. Should probably get rid of that. And we'll just have to see how it goes, guys. So, as always, peace. You know what? I want to add this. What did I just do? That looks retarded. But we shall make use of this. We shall do this. So, again, guys, I had it coming, right? I feel like I needed it. I feel like this was some type of closure, and believe it or not, I needed this. I needed this. I don't want to start a new journal because I want to remind myself of this. Seeing these two red days, I feel like can cause anybody to mentally spiral. But I needed this. I needed this. it's like when you win for so long, you have this weight building up on you, and at my counts, we're gaining a track. Just so many things. I deserve it. Genuinely and truly believe that. So I'm gonna just end the video here. Gonna come tomorrow. Might make trade recaps around the same time, to be honest, because it just feels very fitting, and I feel a lot more well collected with my thoughts and just honestly relaxed. So, peace, love, and cheers. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, having an amazing day, because we just take a lot for granted, to be honest, and that's just the only thing that I can say. Um, from the news I heard on Saturday afternoon, flying back from Mexico to the United States of America, to my parents' hometown, because that's where all my family lives, and it's like I kind of got lost in the money and the career too, to be honest. Kind of happens to everybody, and now I realized that. So, again, I deserve this. So, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.